Good morning, everybody, and good morning again to some of you. How's everybody so far this week? I was going to say, did you all remember Mother's Day? But I think for most of you, it wasn't Mother's Day yesterday. That was just a British thing. I don't know about the rest of the world. So, what's our current situation? Well, the escape from the Forsaken airfield that was planned for last time ended in a manner that I had not anticipated, because Astrid is back on Drift Island. I actually was very lucky. I had 2 days of remarkably good weather. I made it to where I was. I followed my plan until I didn't. Made it to the helicopter at final approach, and then took the wrong road. I turned right when I should have turned left or gone straight on, and ended up in Drift Cottage. Sorry, not Drift Cottage, the Mindful Cottage, which has a fantastic view over a big chunk of the Forsaken airfield. Picked up some stuff there, including a revolver and the mucklucks. Fixed up a few things, and then headed back to Drift Island, because I remembered the whole point about going to Drift Island was not only to eat a lot of fish to boost vitamin C levels, but to fix the bearskin bedroll, which is now done, and the travois, which is now done. So actually, if I had succeeded in escaping from the Forsaken airfield, I would have had to go back, which is would have been amusing but frustrating. So right now we are essentially waiting for a break in the weather so we can attempt the escape again, this time with a better idea of what I'm doing, although in principle I did know what I was doing last time. I just second guessed myself one too many times. Like once. So let's be about this and see where we are.
Man, this pack is getting kind of heavy. Desks, so
and what time is it? It is at night. So if we have a look, bearskin bedrolls at 100%. Now, this was a good move, actually, because I picked up a pot, which is always nice. I picked up a bit of cloth. I was able to fix some of my stuff. There's the mucklucks, which are arguably the best boots in the game. Nip and tuck, whether you prefer the deerskin boots. So we're actually in good shape, and yeah, that got fixed. So this has actually worked out, just not in the way that I originally anticipated. So, as I say, what we're really doing now is awaiting a break in the weather. Let's strip down an arrow. Ooh, I've got 4 arrows that need. Remanufacturing. So at least we've got something to do if the weather permits. Okay. There's the fish. We did do a fishing spree. We have shot some wolves. The usual shenanigans. I don't think I have any fish left over here. I do not. But I do have firewood. And it's nice weather. Because of course it is. So yes, made it over there and yeah, turned that way, and I completely, what I should have done was carry straight on that way or follow the road that way. One or other would have worked. Instead, what I did was I turned up that way, and as you can see from here, that does actually take you that way up to Mindful Cottage. It's actually not a bad way to get to the Mindful Cottage. It's actually arguably better than making your way around in this fashion. So, let's snooze the night away and see what transpires in the morning. Excuse me a moment. Oops, sorry about that. Hope I'm not forgetting something important to do. That does not sound good. That is the sound of typical weather. Yeah. Not going anywhere in that, I can tell you. Oh, I also found a skeleton. So, what we might as well do is remake an arrow or two. It wasn't actually a complete waste of a trip to Drift Island, like I said. I mean, I don't really need the revolver. I did find a better hunting knife, which was nice to have. And to be honest, the more fish she gets down her neck, arguably the better. Right. That's our arrows all nicely remanufactured. There is, or are, actually those should really go over here. I might as well stash away some of our stuff here. Hey, Donnie, welcome back. Oh, the cat's behaving themselves. For various... Oops. For various values of behaving themselves. I might make... You know what I might do? I think I'll make some fishing line. It's excessive, but... Oh, well, that was nice. I think. I mean, assuming that was nice. I mean, I'm assuming it wasn't a real mouse. Yep, there's the revolver. Which I don't need. It feels very weird, you know, to be saying, I don't need the revolver or the ammunition. Right now I have pretty much just one use case for a revolver and ammunition, and that is massed onslaught by timber wolves. Well, that's kind of cute. Alright, let's see whether or not... I think we are all good here. That's new. That's new. Okay, that's... Yeah, we're all pretty good. Let me see. Check on the water supply. I'm pretty certain I've got 14 litres there. How much water have I got? Another 3. Another 2 there. Oh, one thing I forgot to dump. What do you want to... At some point, I'm going to regret not taking the oil with me. It is technically always a... Oh, don't want to... Should have left that somewhere else. I forgot I had that on me. Well, we can sharpen up the axe a bit. Okay. Yeah. What I should do is dash down to the... Oh, wow. It's not actually cold out, which is surprising. Got all this wind, and it's not particularly cold. That's really unusual. At least in my experience of this particular slice of heaven. There would be one disadvantage if I was silly. I should have checked, but one disadvantage to actually heading out in this kind of weather is going into the headwind would have severely slowed me down, which we do not want. We want a quick gallop followed by a quick gallop, as fast as possible across the landscape. Well, without anything concrete to do, we will just pass time in our roasting hot bed. Never eaten so much fish in the game. Cross fingers. I wonder if there are ways of predicting the weather in this game. I wish I could carry the fish with me. As we have determined, even if you don't officially have a stink bar, the fish is more attractive to the predators than, say, just carrying meat. Yeah, that's way too cold. As we know my limit, the acceptable risk for me is 1 little down arrow, 2, and you are in... Well, no, you're not in real trouble. You could do it if I took a lot of firewood with me, and if I could warm myself up. But you know, you could... By the time I got to that island there, I'd need to warm up. By the time I got to final approach, I would need to warm up. There is a way of kind of cheating on the weather. That is, wait, see what happens, hit escape and reload the game, because it'll return you to the point where you woke up. But I'm not going to do that. That would be too cheaty. But the weather is looking good. Incidentally, while a pot is very useful, you probably always want to be carrying a can as well, which is why I'm checking for that. I am going to pop the hammer in here. Oh, apparently I'm not going to. Should have left the hammer somewhere else. Oh wow, I didn't realize I had 16. Okay. Right, what's our water situation? Our water situation is we have 2.5 liters. Let's just grab that. Don't think I need anything else, do I? Apart from the dried food outside.
I'm not sure I can carry much more.
Right. That's sort of an acceptable risk. The fish, less so. At least in principle. Let's see. Got everything? I guess. We are heading out. Oh, I do have twigs, right? Ideally, I'd like a few more twigs, but I think we'll be alright. Actually, I do need twigs. I need at least one more. Here we go. Why do I want one more twig? So that I can build a snow shelter if necessary. I think it's 15 and 5, isn't it? Or is it 11 and 5? I better check. Nope. Yep. We're good. Right. Here we go again. What have I forgotten this time? Anybody want to hazard a guess? It's surprisingly early for it to be quite this warm. Oh, there's a ptarmigan on the ice. Head on a swivel time. Oh. Bear caught. I thought it was a bear. No. Wolf picked up something. Oh, great. Drat. That was silliness. I should have been okay with that. Hesitated on the shot entirely too much. There's one more wolf encounter over there, which I do not wish. But it looks like I'm not going to have much choice. Oh no, oh, it's running away. Yeah, I would think so. Yeah, I'm good. Last thing I need to do is be smelling of blood. And that is the preferred outcome. And that's what should have happened last time. Now this guy went a long way. So you can see the road there. That is technically what we need to follow. And in fact, I think that's what we're going to do. In principle, I should be able to go straight there, and I could meet up with the road on the other side. But you know what? I'm just going to follow the road this time. There's supposedly a moose that can spawn on this lake. I have never seen it. That would be an inconvenient moose. Morning, Anna. The weather is cooperating, so Astrid is attempting to get to Junker's paddock. We've already had 2 wolves, one of which did me a bit of damage. How is the family this morning, Anna? Oops. And this time I went the right way on the road. I hope. Rather than go straight across because I think there were wolves on the way, I decided to follow the road. I am taking a bit of a risk in that I've got 2 kilos of meat on me, but it's not fish. But it's not enough to make me stinky, too stinky. We'll just have a quick look up here just in case I missed anything last time. Because last time I went straight from here. So you can see what I mean. You could just cut straight across. Oh, drat. I ran across wolves anyway. Oh no. Three. That's 3 wolves. This journey has been expensive on the wolf population. I'm going to assume that Chad has taken suitable painkillers. Although I would understand if he doesn't. I tend not to take them myself. Sort of reserve them for when I really, really need them. Well, my regards to Chad for a speedy recovery. Yeah, I take them when the pain is, whatever circumstance is particularly bad, then I will take them. But generally speaking, I don't. Unless it's for something like kidney stones, in which case, give me everything you've got. So this is the way I should have come last time. And like I say, I could have come cross country, but didn't, because it looked like there were wolves in the way, and then of course there were wolves in the way anyway, which is entirely too many repetitions of the word way for my liking. And obviously if we turn left here, we end up back at the airport, but we're not going left here, we're going right up to Junker's paddock, which means possibly at least one more wolf on the way, maybe. It's warming up too. Oh, it's not just your liver. Friend of mine, her father had chronic back pain for which he took aspirin daily for years and ended up destroying his kidneys. Poor fella. He is now on lifelong dialysis. Oh, looks like... Hello, Wilderness Rick. No, this is the Far Territories. Sorry, this is the Forsaken Airfield. I am finally on the second attempt and going the correct way. Escaping from, the Forsaken Airfield. From Drift Island. But the weather has... I've been very, very lucky with the weather. All that just so I could get my vitamin C levels back to normal. Oh, right. Yeah. Our territories isn't. Yeah. I've had a bit of practice at the Forsaken Airfield. We're heading for the transfer pass where I'm setting up. I've set up a workbench and a woodworking bench and storage chests and a meat curing box. Ideally, what I want to do is kill the deer in the transfer pass, stuff them in the meat curing box, and then move on to somewhere else. And I am considering the Sundered Pass. Although I would probably be best advised to head back to Coastal Highway to complete trades. But we'll see. I noticed incidentally that Hinterland is still promising the final part of Wintermute on the 31st. They had a spiel on Steam and presumably elsewhere. Nice view. And obviously between Junker's Paddock and here, no, there's actually the potential of one wolf, isn't there? Right before Junker's Paddock, going back in the direction I just came from. But then between here and the transfer pass, and in the transfer pass itself, there's perfectly safe. Well, you know, for certain values of the word perfectly. Forsaken Airfield is big. and the weather can even on this is Stalker difficulty, so it's not Interloper, it's just Stalker. The weather in Stalker can be problematic. The weather in Voyager can be problematic too. You can still get a 3-day blizzard. The strange thing is, it's not too bad to walk across. It really isn't. One of the big problems I encountered for the first time in Voyager was the weather kept me in the main hangar over there until I ran out of food. And then I had to cross over. And that worked out, fortunately. But yeah, if the weather, if you get here without food and you're hoping to get some from the airport itself, there is enough there for a few days, and there are deer nearby and rabbits. But you can, if the weather turns bad, find yourself running out quite easily. But if you get to Drift Island, even if the weather's bad, there is a fishing shelter nearby, which in fact has been feeding me fairly reliably the entire time. There is a bear that's easy to shoot. If you find the float plane, you can stand on the wing of the float plane and shoot the bear more or less with impunity. The wolves can be a problem. But to be honest with you, no more so than elsewhere. This particular trip in, yeah, the cold has actually been my biggest problem. Oh, I beg your pardon. Ignore everything I said. It's one thing to be... But let's face it, Anna. It's one thing to be told stuff. It's another to actually experience it yourself. Forsaken Airfield is a rewarding experience in the end. And to be honest, if Wilderness Rick goes and reviews any of my past streams, he'll know all this. It's very difficult to stream something like this without spoilers. Here I am in Forsaken Airfield. Don't watch if you don't want to know what happens. Hello, Rabbit. This rabbit and I are almost friends. I mean, I suppose the one thing I could say is that if you follow the way I play the game, you'll probably end up dead fairly frequently.
I wonder if I can drop any of this gear.
Well, here we are back in the transfer pass where now I'm like I don't know what I should say. But I mean, I could lie and say something like, "This is the area you have to watch out for the Wendigo." But wow, this has actually been a pretty good trip. I'm back. It's not too late in the day. Hey, Tony. Welcome back. I would then strongly recommend, Wilderness Rick, you do not watch my speed run. Well, I call it a speed run. There's a recent live stream with the word speed run in the title. I strongly recommend you do not watch that. Okay, I do have some food. Let's drop off my... Alright, let's see if the deer are out. No, Hey, Eugene, how you doing? Long time no see. No, we won't mention the ghost in the Langston mine in the zone of contamination. In case you missed anything, Eugene, I have been dashing backwards and forwards and around in the Forsaken airfield and transfer pass like I know what I'm doing. Whoa! That's unfair. I mean, that's grossly unfair. I mean, that just dropped the fog on me, like, goodness me. Yeah, scurvy dodging. Absolutely. Astrid is so full of fish, she should be good for a few days. What I want to do is grab these deer and shove them in the meat curing box. Where did my arrow go? Blast. Drat and blast. Oh, there's no, they're all here. Astrid, the persistence hunter. Oh. Here it is. Oh, well, if you're an interloper player, you don't need any advice from me. There aren't always deer in this location, it has to be said.
This pack is getting kind of heavy.
But there are 3. I want those 3, and I want them all so I can shove them all simultaneously in the meat curing box. Get that curing, and I am considering the trip to Sundered Pass, because I haven't been there at all. Well, I think I stuck my nose in once. So what I'm going to do is save up all the raw meat and right. If I'm really, really lucky, I can get one more deer before nightfall.
I'm not sure I can carry much more.
Anybody see where my arrow went? I've only got 22 arrows. Whatever will I do? Well, I've only got 22 arrows on me. Oh, there it is. Right, 2 deer's worth.
The sun is setting. It's gonna be a lot.
If I get the third one tomorrow, I can get them all stuffed in a meat curing box and get some dried meat going.
I'm gonna need to rest soon.
Third one should be over that way. I don't have the recipe. I haven't been back to Coastal Highway to make the trade. Otherwise I would. But no, I just want to get enough. There's 3 deer here. If I can get the third deer tomorrow, I should be able to shovel that lot in. Yeah. I'm just setting up here, you see. Although, you know what? I might... let's see. I got enough for tomorrow, maybe. Get the third deer, see how much we'll take, because that should be, what, 16 kilos? Yeah. It's going to be a matter of time. We'll see. If I can get the third deer, I'm all good. Where's my bed? I even made a bed. Oh, I'd show you, but I can't. So, actually, I'm going to take a quick potty break. And I will be back in a couple of minutes. Right, and I am, as they say, back. Oh, no, wrong place. I have never gotten a decent interloper run started. I have tried 7 times and failed every single time, either because I ended up in a completely untenable place or because I couldn't find matches. Right, let's quickly drop off the... Oh. Right. It'll probably be freezing outside. It's not too bad. And we shall. Yeah, I know the problem is getting a good start. Let's see if the other deer is around anywhere. If it is, it should be over here. And there it is. Oh, that was good timing. Thank you. Bit of a chance here. Oh, not too bad a chance.
I wonder if I can drop any of this.
Right. There should be enough meat for the curing box. And leave me a tiny bit left over.
Sure getting cold.
I do think of things like that. If this, as if this was multiplayer. Wow, that's early in the day to have successfully done that. Oh, excuse me.
I'm not going to be able to carry this load for much longer.
Here we go. Near enough full. And I know I put some scratchy bits in there. Let's go and grab some firewood. Unless I left myself some, did I? I've made everything, haven't I? Meat curing box, storage chests. Yeah.
Man, this pack is getting kind of heavy.
It's how much water have I got here? Because I can't remember all that, and I've completely forgotten to check water. Where did I store my water? Ah, is that all I've got? Apparently so. Yeah. Okay, need to do a bit of a water session. That's always a good idea. It sounds like you've got a heck of a lot more experience at this than I am, so I think any advice I'm likely to give should be safely ignored. Ah, I was an idiot there.
This pack is getting too heavy to carry.
Seriously, if you're doing good runs on Interloper, you're doing far better than I can. So, yeah. Go watch me do something stupid like die in Sundered Pass, which is probably what's going to happen next. Yeah, let's face it, I've only been as successful as I am because I've been given plenty of advice by people who know much more than I do. Plus, I have to maintain the illusion of the inept gamer. This is very true. Right now I've got somebody going through my entire playlist of vintage story, offering advice on everything I'm doing wrong.
Feels like night is coming.
I think I'm going to have enough water after this. Now this turned into a very fortuitous day. Yes, 31st. 10 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, apparently. Where did I put this? Ah, here we go. Yeah, do you think that's enough water for a few days? Got 20 litres of water in there. Oh, I forgot I got some broken arrows here. Right, progress. Definite progress. I need to pick up those arrows. spare revolver, spare ammunition. Did I bring the rifle ammunition back with me? I did not, did I? Doesn't matter. Yes, well, apart from the fact that it's the Long Dark, it's the Far Territories DLC, but yeah, it's vanilla. There's no mods. Well, that all worked out moderately well. If I say so myself. Or, oh, I see what you mean. Or you could just do what I did and throw yourself into a new game and just keep going for 18 months. Streaming is as much about the person streaming as it is about the content, in my limited opinion. Not that I'm an expert by any means. You might, as I say, it's if you want my perspective, it's not necessarily so much what you do in the game or any game. It's about you as a personality. If you don't have, arguably, and oh grief, this may sound really condescending, but there was one, I think she was halfway competent player. What was her name? Whispers in the Snow. She had actually a lot going for her that I don't. She was organized in the game. I seem to recall she knew what she was doing. She was attractive. She did very well on Twitch, at least initially. And she made affiliate status on Twitch, I think, quite quickly. Took me over a year. But she didn't interact or talk very well, unfortunately, and I think that's the reason she kind of gave up. So yeah, it's as much about the streamer as it is about the game. Well, the game does matter. I mean, Soulframe is not hugely popular at the moment, for example, so it's not on the radar, so people don't really watch it. But Vintage Story, The Long Dark, Warframe all do moderately well for me as a small channel. And I know that some of the people who watch me are far better players at all three games than I am. So, it can't be because I'm good at the game. Maybe it's the beard. Let's see. What am I doing? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, it helps if you enjoy it. If you don't enjoy the game, don't do it. But I can tell you all about the technical side of it. Although I'm sure there are people who would disagree with me, but right, so now all three deer should now be dead, so let's see. Yes, and whoever's best at the game is not necessarily a good streamer. Um, Let me see. I should probably. Now I'm trying to consider. I should set out some. Should I set out some traps? I've got two choices. I'm not going to go today, but I've got a couple of choices. I mean, the obvious one is I should really wait for all that meat to cure, which means I need to survive just long enough for that to happen. And then I need to consider where I'm going from here. So, where am I going from here?
I'm not sure I can carry much more.
Oh, the coal has not respawned. So I should make some traps just to tide me over until the meat's all cured, and then decide where I'm going. I probably ill-advisedly want to go to Sundered Pass. Oh, I'm sure you'd remember. Right, let's go set out some traps. At least I can... Oops. Why am I still carrying... Oh, that's because I didn't drop that. Okay. Let's see. Rabbits. Rabbits, 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 rabbits. Should be some up here somewhere, should there not? At least there aren't any wolves to eat the rabbits. And I know I see rabbits scurrying around, I can just never remember where they are. Ah. Hello, ptarmigan. I did a speed run to get the salt. That was kind of fun. Oh well, that was successful.
I wonder if I can drop any of this gear.
Yep, snack food. You didn't? I've shot any number of ptarmigan. I'm pretty certain you were watching at the time. Yeah. That wasn't my best showing. Yeah, I don't have the ingredients for broth here. Should have brought the flour with me from the Mindful Cottage. Sorry. Didn't mean to donk the microphone. I'm pretty certain you've seen me shoot ptarmigan. What blew your mind, Wilderness Rick? Ptarmigan broth? Ah, there it is. Oh! Yeah, no, I've never done that. I think Danny has seen somebody. Yeah, I wouldn't even think of trying it. That was an irritating shot. Well, apparently I'm not going to be shooting any ptarmigan on the fly with a stone or an arrow today. What I'm looking for is a spot where I can put snares for rabbits. Oh. To be honest with you, that's not the kind of thing I would even try and do. Has to be said, if I ever did do something like that, I would immediately use it as a short. I would certainly never even try it with an arrow. I value my arrows entirely too much. Now, if I ever did something like that, I'd probably pay somebody to do me a decent thumbnail just for the short. No problem, Anna. That's fine. Yep. And for one reason or another, pretty certain during parts of April, May, I won't be able to do the 9 a.m. stream, for example, due to life getting in the way. Oh, come on, I saw rabbits around here. Where are you? I even mapped the place. Oh, over there. Oh, okay, I didn't go far enough. Oh, that's, hang on. Yeah, that's way over that way. No, I appreciate that. But no, I know I know roughly how life works. Actually, I've got to start planning what's happening in April. I think it'll be, yeah, April, probably. Now, it's not up here, is it? In fact, it is... Okay, it's down and around. So one thing I haven't done here yet is snare rabbits. So, cave is off to my right somewhere. Rabbit should be over this way. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Rick. Pretty much. Ah, here we go. Oh, no. More ptarmigan. Apparently, today is going to be ptarmigan slaughter day.
I can barely walk with this much gear.
Well, it's a very tough day to be a ptarmigan. I don't think I've ever shot 7 in a day before. Anna has been the queen of chat since just after I got started, to be honest. Yeah, there's the rabbits. Well, a rabbit. Yeah, there we go. Is that only... I'd shoot you, but I'm more likely to do better if I lay out snares. She's so overloaded with ptarmigan. Right. I think that's almost as many ptarmigans as I've got in the entire run, isn't it? Let's see. No. Where are we? Ptarmigans killed. 28. Oh, okay. No. That's only a quarter of my total so far. See you, Anna. Have a great day. 217 wolves get killed. And then another ptarmigan decides it's going to just run across my path. Regards to Chad and the children, and hug your fur babies on my behalf. Well, I'm actually going to... You're kidding me. Well, that's 8 odd kilos of ptarmigan meat. That should last me about I don't know, a day. Actually, I know it's not that late actually in the day, but it is getting on towards lunchtime for me, which means I will stagger back. So, for Rick's benefit, if you weren't aware, this is obviously my 9 a.m. Greenwich Mean Time live stream. I say 9 a.m. I typically start, 10 minutes earlier than that, just in case I have streaming problems, which can happen. That's a lot of birds. Oh, right. If you're awake at 5 a.m., I run Vintage Story, which is another survival game. I'm trying to see. It's actually quite a hardcore survival game. You know, you want to make something, there's often a lot of steps to do it. It's sort of based on... I don't have the ingredients for broth. What's the ingredients for broth? Ptarmigan stew. Yeah, I need flour. I could make broth. I could actually make broth. Huh. Can you eat broth directly? Yes, you can. No, you don't. Okay, broth it is. I will make broth, just for it to be difficult. So, yeah, Vintage Story at 5 a.m. Hardcore survival, not in the sense of what you're dead once and that's it, but it is hard, detailed, and actually a lot of fun. And then in the evenings at around 7 p.m. Greenwich Mean Time, I typically do Warframe. just to do something completely different and because I enjoy it. It may have been mentioned, yes.
It's getting dark out here. Time to look for shelter.
So that's my rough schedule, and that's during the week. Weekends are completely open to whatever I want to do, including not stream. I almost never do a very early morning live stream at the weekends. I do sometimes do a morning stream, and I often do an evening stream. But I tend to give myself a break. And then if there's any technical stuff I want to do, I do that in the weekends as well. So I will be back in 8 hours with Warframe. Yes, I do. I do play Warframe off stream sometimes. I play Sky Children of the Light off stream. But that's generally pretty much it. Yeah. Anyway. So, where was I? Yeah, I can't remember what I was going to say now. Probably can't. It wasn't that important. So anyway, thank you everybody for watching. Much appreciated. Hope you all enjoyed it. If you hung around this long, I hope you subscribed, because I could use the growth. And I will have a very good day, everybody. I will see you all next time.